Hey guys, Jessica here. So I'm re-recording this Jessica's Picks Best Paranormal / Fantasy / Subgenres Young Adult Books, and I'm just gonna get started. So the first one I have to recommend is The Diviners by Libba Bray. I love Libba Bray, and this is probably, if not my favorite. It's on my top 5 list of my favorites from this year, which is a lot because I've read 58 books. It has everything. It's probably one of the darkest books I've ever read. It's set in the 1920s, and there's like Satanism and like occult and psychics and clairvoyance and all kinds of stuff going on. So if you haven't read it yet, it's a honker of a book. I mean, it's a huge, like 600 something page book, but it is worth every page. The next is the Vampire Diaries series. I believe there's like 10 books now, and I just posted a library haul. I have the last 2 that came out, Moonsong and Destiny Rising. I'm so excited to continue. I love this series. It follows Stefan and Damon, who are vampires, and Elena, who is mortal. And it's set in Mystic Falls, and there's a lot of other kind of paranormal shapeshifters and witches and all kinds of stuff. So it's a really fun series. The next series that I really enjoy is the Vampire Academy series by Rochelle Mead. It consists of 6 books, and it talks about the relationship between sorry, I just like blinked. Rose and Lisa, a damper who they protect their bodyguards to the Moroi, which is the royal vampires, and it's really phenomenal. The next book that I really enjoyed, and it stuck out in my head even though I read it almost 3 years ago, is called Generation Dead by Daniel Waters, and it talks about zombies. Pretty much there's all kinds of kids in this book, that teenagers that are dying, but they aren't dying. They're living undead. They call them living impaired, I believe, in the book. And one girl falls for one of them, and they don't eat, they don't have to sleep, they don't digest. I mean, they don't have a heartbeat, they don't respirate, So the book is surprisingly really good, and there's Kiss of Life after it, and I can't remember what the third one's called, but they're all really fun, and it was surprisingly very enjoyable, and it definitely was one of my favorite like paranormal different books that I've read. The next books that I'm going to recommend is the Gemma Doyle series by Libba Bray, and that's Great and Terrible Beauty, Rebel Angels, Sweet Far Thing. It's set in 1920s. The girl has clairvoyant images, and it talks about her and her 3 friends, and kind of a mystery as well, but it's mostly a paranormal because of things that occur in the books, and they're really, really fun. So check those out. Sisters Red by Jackson Pierce. Jackson Pierce obviously does the fairy retellings like no other, and this is pretty much telling of 2 girl sisters that their job is to protect innocent girls from wolves, and it's kind of set in Little Red Riding Hood, and it's a really great book. Next book is The Prophecy of the Sisters. Once again, this is 2 twin sisters that are caught up in this prophecy, and pretty much one's evil and one's good. We don't know who, and it involves a little boy and their mom's dying and all kinds of other things, and it's really awesome. I've actually read the book twice, and I was so captivated by it that I didn't realize I had read it 2 years prior. That's how good it is. Next book is Wither. I was surprisingly just astonished by this book. I didn't think I was going to like it. It's talking about a future. Ooh, sorry for the thunder if you heard that. Pretty much how scientists have concluded or came up with a way that people can live without disease, but it's because of that, that generation's children, their children's children have to live, they only live to 22, I believe, for women and 25 for men. So they need to marry and reproduce fairly quickly so they can keep their generation growing over time, and it was really interesting, and I didn't know where else to put that book in terms of the categories I've set for these, but I think kind of the fantasy works a little bit, I'd say. And then the last three books I'm going to talk about are Evermore, Blue Moon, and Shadowland. And this is the Immortal series by Alison Noel. Many people here, other booktubers here, will tell you that the series seems to fall apart. The first three books to me were the best, and it fell apart, and I don't remember finishing the whole thing. Alison Noel has a really interesting way of writing, and I really enjoyed it. The first book is about a girl named Ever, and she can see people's auras, and she can see some people's history just by touching them, and she just pretty much knows everything about people. And she meets this kid Damien that moves from out of town, and she can't read his thoughts. She could read thoughts too. He has no aura, and she can't get anything from him, and they end up being connected, and the series is caught up between them. So all of those books are so phenomenal. I'm telling you, if I'm mentioning them on my picks, that means that they're must-reads for me. I still have realistic fiction and adult fiction to share with you, which will be Thursday and Friday, and I might post the best of the best, which will be the best of all 5 categories sometime this weekend, or maybe I'll post that on Friday as well. I'm not sure yet. I hope you guys are enjoying these. I really enjoy making them. It was fun to relive some of these books just by explaining them to you. So go read something. Go read one of these books, and I will talk to you later. Bye.